Welcome to today's deep dive where we're unpacking the spec sheet for the Bolin Technology N2-220X PTZ camera.
Yeah, and it's a really fascinating piece of gear because, well, it merges hardware, networking, and software all into one tight package.
Right, exactly. I like to think of it like this. Jumping from your standard laptop webcam to a PTZ or pan-tilt zoom camera
Mm.
is honestly like upgrading from a tricycle to a high-end sports car.
That is a very accurate analogy, yeah.
But, I mean, for a price tag of $1,195, what exactly are you getting for that kind of money?
So first off, you are getting serious optics. It has a Sony Progressive Scan CMOS, 12.8 type sensor.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, pumping out 1080p resolution at 60 frames per second.
Yeah.
And the zoom on this thing is massive, like 20x optical zoom and 16x digital.
So you could basically get a crystal clear, tight shot of a speaker from all the way in the back of a huge auditorium.
Exactly. But, the catch with zooming in that tight is the depth of field gets incredibly shallow.
Right, so if they move even a little, they're blurry.
Boom. Exactly. If the presenter takes half a step to the left, they're instantly out of focus.
Which sounds terrifying for a live camera operator.
Oh, it is. It's totally nerve-wracking to track manually on a live feed. And that's actually where the camera's brain kicks in. It utilizes an AI-powered face analytical engine.
Okay, wait, I have to push back on that a little bit.
Sure, go ahead.
If the AI is automatically hunting for faces to adjust the focus and exposure on its own, doesn't that sort of take away the operator's creative control? I mean, what if you want a moody, dark shot, or you want the focus on the product they're holding, not their face?
That's a super valid concern.
Yeah.
I mean, if this were a cinema camera shooting a movie, yeah, it might be an issue.
Right.
But in professional, unpredictable environments, like a corporate huddle room with awful fluorescent lighting or live stage, this AI is basically designed for triage.
Oh, I see. So it just removes the mechanical busy work.
Spot on. The operator isn't wrestling with the focus ring anymore. They're freed up to actually focus on framing, composition, and the flow of the event.
That makes total sense. So the AI locks the shot, but you still have to get all that heavy video data out of the camera.
Right, and the connectivity here is honestly pretty wild.
Yeah, looking at the specs, you've got your standard HDMI and USB, but then also NDI HX3 for IP streaming, and a 3G SDI output, which I think is exclusive to this 220X model. Why do we need all of those?
It's really about seamlessly fitting into completely different worlds.
Like old school broadcast versus modern networking.
100%. The 3G SDI uses a heavy-duty locking cable that sends uncompressed, zero-latency video right to a switcher, which is crucial if you're mixing multiple live cameras.
And then the NDI HX3.
That's your IP standard.
Okay.
It compresses that high-quality video just enough so it can travel smoothly over a normal office Ethernet network without, totally crashing the building's internet.
Which perfectly leads into the power over Ethernet, or PoE, capability, because a high-quality feed requires top-tier connectivity, but you don't want a tangled mess of wires.
Right. Nobody wants a tripping hazard in a clean studio space.
I like to think of PoE as this magic garden hose. It doesn't just deliver the water, it actually powers the sprinkler itself and tells it exactly where to aim.
That's a great way to put it. One single gigabit Ethernet cable pumps power to the camera motors, pulls the 1080p video feed out, and sends the joystick control commands right back in.
Speaking of those commands, the camera obviously has to physically move to track people.
Yes, and since that AI is constantly calculating the subject's exact position, it's sending these constant, tiny micro-adjustments through that nervous system to the physical motors.
And those movements have to be perfectly smooth.
Super smooth, yeah, with variable, really slow speed control. But more importantly, those pan and tilt motors have to be completely silent.
Right. You definitely don't want mechanical grinding bleeding into the room microphones.
Exactly.
But looking at how those motors are controlled, I am genuinely confused by one thing.
Okay, what's that?
Well, it supports modern IP remote control, like ON-VIF and VISCA over IP, but then it also has decades-old legacy serial protocols like RS-232 and RS-422. Why cram old serial connections into a brand new AI-driven IP camera?
Well, in the real AV production world, people rarely throw out all their expensive gear at once.
Ah, so they might have a really old control board still running.
Exactly. You might have a university or a studio with a 10-year-old board that only speaks that older serial VISCA protocol.
Got it.
By including both, this camera can plug directly into that ancient control room today and then seamlessly switch to a cloud-based IP workflow tomorrow when they finally upgrade.
It's essentially just pure future-proofing. So,
Yeah.
whether you are trying to upgrade a glitchy corporate conference room or build a live production studio on a budget, this device really proves you don't need a massive Hollywood setup anymore.
Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah.
AI and single cable networking are giving tiny teams broadcast-level power. It shifts the focus entirely away from troubleshooting the technology.
Right, so you can actually focus on the event itself.
Yeah.
But, it does leave you wondering. As these AI systems get better at framing the perfect shot, and as network automation perfectly handles all the complex routing, how far are we from a future where live event video production is completely automated?
That is the big question right there.
Like, at what point does the camera stop being just a tool for the human operator and simply replace the need for camera operators altogether? Just something for you to ponder.